Commonly.
Commonly.
Shift workers commonly complain of not getting enough sleep.
Shift workers commonly complain of not getting enough sleep.
She commonly arrives home late after work.
She commonly arrives home late after work.
That very commonly happens.
That very commonly happens.
Communicate.
Communicate.
We communicate with each other by telephone every day.
We communicate with each other by telephone every day.
You need to communicate your ideas more effectively.
You need to communicate your ideas more effectively.
Pilots communicate with the airport by radio.
Pilots communicate with the airport by radio.
It's important to communicate effectively with others.
It's important to communicate effectively with others.
Communication.
Communication.
There is an urgent need for better communication.
There is an urgent need for better communication.
Gesture is another way of communication.
Gesture is another way of communication.
Television is the modern medium of communication.
Television is the modern medium of communication.
Community.
Community.
Do you take part in any community activities?
Do you take part in any community activities?
This is an international community.
This is an international community.
The students volunteered for community service.
The students volunteered for community service.
That will benefit the community.
That will benefit the community.
Company.
Company.
Which company do you work for?
Which company do you work for?
She is connected with that company.
She is connected with that company.
That company dominates the market with over 50. Market share.
That company dominates the market with over 50. Market share.
The company has decided to employ 2 new secretaries.
The company has decided to employ 2 new secretaries.
That company went bankrupt.
That company went bankrupt.
She is determined to leave the company.
She is determined to leave the company.
My company launched a new product last month.
My company launched a new product last month.
He plans on taking legal action against the company.
He plans on taking legal action against the company.
He works for a packaging company.
He works for a packaging company.
She works for a small company.
She works for a small company.
The company is planning to hire 50 workers.
The company is planning to hire 50 workers.
The company is managed by my older brother.
The company is managed by my older brother.
2/3 of the employees of this company are engineers.
2/3 of the employees of this company are engineers.
Compare.
Compare.
Don't compare your children with others.
Don't compare your children with others.
Our problems are nothing compared to theirs.
Our problems are nothing compared to theirs.
He's a giant compared to you.
He's a giant compared to you.
Comparison.
Comparison.
Let's put them side by side for comparison.
Let's put them side by side for comparison.
The glasses are small in comparison with the old ones.
The glasses are small in comparison with the old ones.
There is no comparison between these pictures.
There is no comparison between these pictures.
Compete.
Compete.
I never wanted to compete with you.
I never wanted to compete with you.
We must compete with the local stores in price.
We must compete with the local stores in price.
Many students compete to get into the best universities.
Many students compete to get into the best universities.
Competition.
Competition.
He dropped out of the competition.
He dropped out of the competition.
Are you worried about the competition?
Are you worried about the competition?
I was in competition with 5 others for the job.
I was in competition with 5 others for the job.
Complain.
Complain.
Shift workers commonly complain of not getting enough sleep.
Shift workers commonly complain of not getting enough sleep.
That customer came back to complain again.
That customer came back to complain again.
Be grateful for what you have and stop complaining.
Be grateful for what you have and stop complaining.
Nothing satisfies him, he's always complaining.
Nothing satisfies him, he's always complaining.
There is a woman complaining angrily out there.
There's a woman complaining angrily out there.
She complained about my low salary.
She complained about my low salary.
He complained about the noise.
He complained about the noise.
They complained about the poor service.
They complained about the poor service.
We have nothing to complain about.
We have nothing to complain about.
He does nothing but complain.
He does nothing but complain.
Complained.
Complained.
I'm sick of listening to your complaints.
I'm sick of listening to your complaints.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no complaint.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no complaint.
There have been a lot of complaints about your behavior.
There have been a lot of complaints about your behavior.
Complete.
Complete.
Have you already completed this task?
Have you already completed this task?
Phase 1 is complete.
Phase 1 is complete.
He is a complete stranger to me.
He is a complete stranger to me.
She is trying to complete her homework.
She is trying to complete her homework.
I completely disagree with you.
I completely disagree with you.
The doctor advised me to take a complete rest.
The doctor advised me to take a complete rest.
He will go home right after completing his work.
He will go home right after completing his work.
Completely.
Completely.
I trust him completely.
I trust him completely.
Her estimate of the cost was completely wrong.
Her estimate of the cost was completely wrong.
He is completely harmless.
He is completely harmless.
It's completely visible.
It's completely visible.
I'm completely exhausted.
I'm completely exhausted.
I completely disagree with you.
I completely disagree with you.
I have completely recovered.
I have completely recovered.
He was completely absorbed in his work.
He was completely absorbed in his work.
She ignores him completely.
She ignores him completely.
The defeat completely crushed him.
The defeat completely crushed him.
That comment is completely off topic.
That comment is completely off topic.
Complex.
Complex.
I think math is a complex subject.
I think math is a complex subject.
That was a complex problem.
That was a complex problem.
He is such a complex man. No one can guess what he's thinking.
He is such a complex man. No one can guess what he's thinking.
Complicate.
Complicate.
She often complicates everything.
She often complicates everything.
Don't complicate the matter.
Don't complicate the matter.
Don't hang out with them. They just complicate your life.
Don't hang out with them. They just complicate your life.
Complicated.
Complicated.
She was a complicated woman.
She was a complicated woman.
Things got incredibly complicated.
Things got incredibly complicated.
It's a fairly complicated problem.
It's a fairly complicated problem.
The complicated problem has been solved.
The complicated problem has been solved.